Guys, welcome back. So today I'm going to give you a few tips on how to get a spot to get trained as a fellow foundation dentist in the UK, and how do we go about getting a position for this. So first of all, important thing is before you apply for any jobs, register with the GDC, that is the General Dental Council UK. That's most important because all of those who hire dentists would want to make sure that you're already on the General Dental Council register. So that's most important thing. So once you're registered with the GDC, then start looking out for jobs. So now there's a little bit of a change in the system. Previously it was called as VTE. Now it's called as PLVE, that is Performer List Validation by Experience. That's what it is called now. This is the foundation training that every dentist has to go through once they have passed the ORE examination. So what you do is look up for jobs on BDJ, Indeed.com, Facebook, and there are also a few VTE groups where somebody would advertise about an opening, a position that is available in their practice. So keep a watch out for all these openings which may be available and which may be a potential position where you may get a potential position in the future. So go about, start with that, look out for jobs, make a good CV before you apply. Good CV in the sense that make no spelling mistakes. That's very important because that gives a good impression to whoever's going to hire you. The second important thing is once you have sent in all your once you have sent in your CV, they will ask you to send you a few documents. So the documents are sent and everything, you're happy with everything, then they will organize an interview. So interview is very, very important here because you're doing your foundation training. You will be under a mentor. Now, the mentor is a very important person in your life solely for the fact that you are starting as a foundation dentist here in the UK. You may be from different countries and the way you practice in UK is very different from what you have practiced back home. So having a mentor is very, very important. So on the day of your interview, most of the times you will be interviewed by your mentor, your practice manager, and there may be somebody else as well, maybe like a head nurse who will be present at the interview. So once you're called for an interview, make sure you reach there on time, well advanced in time. Dress smartly, that's another important factor to be selected, and be confident. You may not have much experience in the past, but all that matters is how confident you are, how open you are to accept new things, how flexible you can be to adapt to new situations. So these are some of the things that they take into consideration before they offer a job. Some of the times, few of the clinical interviews includes a few clinical scenario questions. Like, for example, they would ask you, what would you do in a situation where you had a medical emergency? So just go through some of the medical emergency books or things that you may have studied in the ORE. Just go through them and a few medication lists. You never know what kind of questions they ask you. And the important thing, as I suggested, is being very confident in whatever you answer. If you don't know, just tell them you don't know. That's the easiest way to do things. It's always acceptable to say that you don't know and you will look into it and you're ready for learning new things. Okay, so that's another important thing. These are some of the tips that are important during your interview time. So as I said, the mentor, the practice where you're going to be working, that's important. Along with that, always find out if you're going to have a trained nurse. A trained nurse is very important for the fact that it's the nurse and you who work together. So having a compatible nurse is also important in this journey. So find out who your nurse is going to be. It's always better to have a trained nurse and not a trainee, because you are a trainee, and then if you have a trainee nurse, it may not go very well. Okay, so that's that. And if you have a chance, if you ever get a chance to talk to the mentor, ask them if you can shadow them for a few days before you get started with work, because it helps you to get into the system. It's like a smooth sail, rather than abruptly getting into something that you may have not done really. So shadowing is good thing to shadow your mentor. Now, that's regarding your interview. So most important thing is be prepared. They can come up with any questions. They may ask you about your hobbies. They may ask you about what you like to do, anything random. So it's just have to be confident in what you say. So that's about a little input into how to go about getting your VTE position, what to do during your interview. And once everything has been completed, the practice would send you an offer letter. They would say that they are interested, so then they will ask you if you are interested in the job, and then they would give you a contract. On the contract, they would say how many UDAs you're supposed to do, how many days a week you're supposed to work. So these are some of the things that you may want to look into before you sign your contract. If necessary, you can always take legal advice to check on the contract. That always helps. So that's it, guys. So this is a little short video regarding how to find your VTE and a few things that you need to look into before you start your VTE. All the best. See you in the next video. Take care. Bye.